How are you? Hello. All right. So today, there are things that I'll need to talk about. Things many people are not talking about, in regards to migrating abroad. But first of all, let me show you around to see for yourself. Okay. So this is me taking a walk. And as you can see, we are already in spring, and the weather is still covered. We are already in spring, and the whole place is still covered with snow. That's to tell you the extent of the weather. If you're migrating to Australia, you're migrating to America, or you are going to Europe, you are going to consider these three things. Number one is the weather. If you're coming from Africa, especially from sub-Saharan Africa, preparing for the weather, it will be of benefit to you, because you are coming from a hot weather and you are going to a cold weather, basically. So you will work on your wardrobe, you will work on the clothing that you are preparing to migrate with, or even when you land in your desired destination, you will have to change your wardrobe. So you will need to budget for it, you will need to prepare for it. The second one is interpersonal relationship. It should come. Why I make it my second is because the way we relate in Africa is different from the way these guys relate, the whites relate. You guys will be, for example, if you guys are in the same class, if you are migrating through the study route, and you get to have them as your classmates, you will feel that you guys are already friends, right? Just like it's done in Africa. For example, in Nigeria, I could remember when I was in my undergraduate, I tend to see my classmates as my friends, but it's not like that in Europe or in America or in any of these Western countries. It's not like that. Even as you guys talk in class and all that, if the person sees you on the road, the person is likely not going to even look at you, nor even tend to want to have a conversation with you. So you will also consider the shock. It's kind of a cultural shock. But these are the things you need to consider when you're migrating abroad, because it's unless you go to the extra mile of making friends with the person, for example your classmates, that's when you guys will become friends. But just because of the virtue of classmates that you guys are already friends, doesn't work like that in Europe or in any of these American countries or any of these Western countries. The third one is the food. You need to consider the food. For example, coming from Nigeria, the kind of food we eat in Africa, the kind of food we eat in Nigeria and Ghana is different from the kind of food that is obtainable in the West. It's unless you begin to look for maybe Nigerian food, or you begin to look for African food, African market, which is usually costly because you are in another continent. Okay, so you also will consider it, and you also need to probably adjust to the kind of food they eat, which will be cheaper for you, which will make you to save money. But if you intend to still continue your African food, maybe you need to bring more. You need to bring a reasonable sum when you are migrating. You need to take with you a reasonable sum, and before it finishes, then you need to try locating a place where they say African food. Okay. Other than that, you will need to adjust to their food. You need to adjust to their food, and for you to even make your food to last longer, maybe the food you're coming with as a first timer, you need to combine their own food. You need to adjust, a little bit, trying to combine their own food with the food that you have with you, so that it will last longer for you. Information is enlightening. Kindly like, comment, and share. Bye bye.